Atop the peak of Kelvin's cairn, a wicked storm suddenly appeared, and within it, we were forced to fight a spectral owlbear. But gods and monsters be damned, this team refuses to be laid low. Finally off the mountain, we ran into Helda again, and with some mixed words, Perilou and Artis sadly went their own way. Now the halls of black ice are before us. What awaits us inside? Find out in today's short quest, Long Rest.
Oh, it's good to be back.
Back.
Oh, I'm back so hard.
Oh, shit.
What?
Anyway, we're done. Let's play the game.
Yeah, let's play some
so,
Dungeons and or Dragons.
As a general recap of the last time that we played.
Sir.
You had descended from Calvin's cairn and entering the Dwarven Valley on the northeastern end, seeing the flickering of a fire on a ledge high above, a ledge leading into this place you had been told of before, the Hall of Black Ice, where you were given a job by the Dane of the Dwarven Valley to go and clear out an alleged undead infestation within the hall, thereby allowing a sweet, innocent, beloved elemental named Ruby.
Ugh. Oh.
Who, as you may recall, has I was about to say a hard-on for Shardwood.
Nice.
It's appropriate because she's an elemental.
She has a shard-on.
Yours is better.
You get a de-inspiration for that.
Yeah.
No! A normal inspiration.
I kid. Yo, take an inspiration for that. That was great.
Swip
shard-on
from way downtown. Bang.
Anyway, you guys ascended up there and found waiting for you, sort of camped out with her supplies, keeping an eye out on the cairn for your return, Helda, the Dane's not concubine, but daughter.
Mm-hmm.
She had a brief conversation with you around the firelight in which some of your companions stayed just outside of its illumination. Matters grew tense when Helda learned that among you traveled a newborn vampire, Perilou. And while it seemed like you may have been close to ruining any sort of future relationship you could have with the dwarves of the Dwarven Valley...
Oh no, she started that shit.
Perilou opted to instead take off into the cold and the dark to find a cure for her curse outside of being in a position to put you in danger.
That's why we loved Perilou.
She disappeared, and you were joined by Helda heading into the Halls of Black Ice. You find yourselves now, as you descend down about 100-foot-long tunnel, the cold, blowing winds from outside gradually fade away. There is still that distant sound of wind, as it does through large, empty spaces, but there's not really a breeze. The air here is very damp and still, and grows increasingly warmer as you head into the Hall of Black Ice. There are side tunnels and shafts weaving and wending off this tunnel, some blocked where wooden supports have buckled beneath the weight of the earth and stone above. The only visible sign of life in this grim place are mushrooms that grow from the weakened beams. And as your footsteps echo beneath you, you find yourself looking at what appears to be a large dwarven fortification stretched across the mouth of the tunnel, with doors swung open into the darkness beyond. We'll ask, what are you guys doing as you enter this space?
Well, I think right off the bat, as Rian's coming in, he's gonna mention to Helda, you know, when we met with Ruby, the one that was supposed to be accompanying us or following us or whatever the hell that sweet thing was supposed to be doing, she kept making mentioning something I never heard of, maybe in a metal or something. It's a shard, some. Anybody remember what the name of it was?
Shardolin?
It was Shardolin. That was the one. What's Shardolin? I've never even heard of it.
Helda, sort of looks over her shoulder at you, then very quickly turns her eyes forward again. You see that though she carries a shield on her back and a, hand axe on her side, that she is wielding a crossbow.
Okay.
And sort of keeping, her eyes sweeping from left to right for any threat down here. It's comparatively new material into the world, not from the earth. Buried, shallow, seems almost like a cross between, a crystal and ice. Even the dwarven folk don't really know where it comes from.
Okay, so, and this thing wants to eat it.
She's a weird one, that Ruby.
Aye.
She likes the rare minerals, and so far as I know, Chardolin's only found in the Dale.
Okay.
Perhaps the last 100 years or so, which, to an elemental, I imagine's a novelty.
Okay, well, I guess we need to take it easy going in here. Everybody ready? This isn't like going up the cairn where it was rumors. We know there's undead in here.
So, what happened exactly? Did somebody just leave the door open and hordes of undead just walked inside? What's the story?
A while back, there was a necromancer holed up in here. The place was abandoned, and we kind of kept our distance. As far as I know, he's never been rooted out. Would be nice to reclaim this hall, but the Chardolin kind of makes it more difficult.
It was kind of like well, if we don't see the problem, there isn't a problem. Until here we are.
Why is the Chardolin a problem?
She takes her hand from the crossbow briefly and taps the side of her skull with an index finger. I've seen men go mad. Sometimes encounter folk on the ice. They toss away their boots and their clothes and they just go about with weapons made of Chardolin. I don't know if it sustains them, but they're just filled with rage.
Ooh.
Huh. Well, that's a new one.
You come in contact with that at some point, Krellick? You seem angry a lot of the time.
Just, it's an age thing.
Oh. Fair enough.
Helda creeps up to the door and, sort of flattening herself against the inside of it, gives a quick look about. It's dark, but it's quiet. I don't see anything.
Well, you could just rush in
You
there.
guys proceeding? What is the marching order here?
Kerlick, you going in?
I'll either go in right behind her or take up the end. Make sure nothing comes in behind us.
Alright. So, the room beyond the wall in the battlement is supported by two stone columns in the center, of which lies the ragged remains of a dwarf-sized body, sort of lying between these two pillars here. To the west extends a hallway with a staircase descending downward out of sight. Smooth stone tunnels extend to rooms to both your east and to the south. What are you guys doing as you enter here?
I think Krellick would be checking out the body.
Alright. So, as you approach the body, you hear a faint twang.
Balls.
And I am going to need a dexterity saving throw.
You got this, buddy.
He's got it. Oh yeah, rocked it.
15. All right. So as you start to approach the body, the dwarf-shaped body sort of lying in the center of the floor between these two columns, your boot catches on a tripwire, slim and nearly invisible in the dim light. And there's a tumbling of stones from above that just sort of pile onto this body. Thankfully, you are not caught under them. And I would say these squares here are now difficult terrain. However, at the same time as these fall, you hear this
Ew.
sort of chittering, almost crunching sound as all around you, from the rubble and some of the darker corners of the room, emerge not undead, not fleshy beings, but these very spindly, dry brush-looking creatures that are absolutely covered in spines. Very much a plant-like quality to them. And I am going to need everyone to roll initiative.
Damn, right into it.
Ow. Well, I'll see you all tomorrow.
Krellick rolling rocks, damn.
Man, I didn't do much better, buddy.
When does he not?
For real.
That's true.
All right, so the creature, this spiny entity nearest Krellick, emerges from a pile of stones sort of piled up there at the bottom of the wall and is going to make its attack against you.
Ooh, what the hell are those things?
I don't like it.
No, sir, I don't like it.
Does a 16 connect with you, Krellick?
Negative.
All right, and that is going to be the end of its turn. Tavini, you hear the sound of rocks falling ahead, and suddenly, a little to your south and off to the left, you start to see the edges of this very thorny-looking creature emerge, almost humanoid in shape. Definitely not a zombie for all intents and purposes.
Yeah, she's going to move up a bit to try and see where everyone is. See that everyone's still alive and not crunched by the sounds of rocks.
Not yet.
I can cast this at a higher level. Do I want to cast this at a higher level? Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do it. So she grabs her holy symbol for a moment, breathing in a prayer, and then releases a wave of warmth. Oops, I was not meant to cast that at level 2. So I'll just edit my first levels.
All right. And, sorry, who are you
She's
blessing?
Helda, Rian, Felgren, and Krellick. So she's using a higher level spell slot to get all of them.
Nice.
And hoping that Miri will be okay.
Nah, Miri will be fine. My girl's badass.
Famous last words!
Alrighty. Any bonus action for you?
No. She's just gonna hang back.
Alright. Krellick, what are you doing for us?
Well, he doesn't like this thing next to him, so he's going to try to boop it.
Nice.
Boop it with your booper.
Boop the snoot.
Boop it with your booper.
Alright, give us that attack roll.
Blue. Nice.
22 definitely
miss it,
connects.
It's ridiculous.
He chonky.
Okay.
For 6 damage. Alright.
Then he's gonna wind up and crack it with his shield.
Alright. 14. Yeah, you manage to, as you're swinging with your warhammer, as it connects, it just kind of sends this spray of needles flying off to your left, clattering across the floor, and catching it with the shield, yet more needles sort of scrape away from this thing. If you want to do the damage for that.
Max
8.
damage. Nice.
The shield is chunky.
Hell yeah, it is.
Alright, so this thing is still standing, but as you are, sort of tearing away into it, and you're seeing bits of it fall apart, and that needle covering is sloughing away, you see underneath the signs of a corpse, a stocky, dwarven shape beneath the needles that are poking out from under the skin. You can see the rib cage is open, and there's a big old seed pod sitting in the middle there.
Oh, don't like that.
Yeah.
That thing's creepy as hell.
You moving anywhere?
No, I think I'll stay put.
Alrighty. That brings us to the next of these creatures. One of them comes shuffling out of a tunnel to the west and sort of hovering in the doorway. Let's see, our boy Krellick is the closest still, so it's going to make an attack on him.
Good luck.
Don't be jinxing me again.
Oh, what is it?
So it is going... Huh?
Nothing, sorry, I was just reading the thing.
Oh yeah, no, it's attacking as many targets as are in range.
Oof.
So range of 60 feet, that means this thing is going to hit Krellick, Felgren, Rian, Helda has cover from it, and Tavini has cover from it. Miri has half cover, so she has a +2 to her AC. So that is a 17 to hit Krellick.
Nope.
Alright, that is a 12 to hit Felgren.
12?
Oh, god damn it. Of course you get the 23 on me. Yeah, I get hit.
Does a 12 hit you, Felgren?
It would, but he's going to use shield.
Nice.
Gotcha.
Yeah, bro.
Alright. Rian, you take 4 piercing damage,
Yeah,
and then Miri has a +2 to her AC. Does 17 connect?
Miri, yeah, that definitely hits Miri. So.
Alright. Miri catches a needle about, 8 inches long
Jesus.
for 7 points of piercing damage.
My baby! You monster!
Oh, and then it needs to attack Helda there as well. Oh yeah, that connects. For 5 piercing damage. Oh wait, no, because Helda was behind cover, I said before.
Yes. Yes.
Alright, so that is one of them. There is another sort of off to your right and slightly behind you, elevated. It comes to the bottom of the stairs, and it is going to do the same thing. Where it is getting 2 shots on the party. The nearest people to it are Krellick and Helda, so again.
Hooray!
Oh yeah, it's over here.
Oh!
That is on Krellick, and that is
Ooh.
on Helda, so both of you are going to be hit. Krellick, you take 7 piercing damage.
Wait a second.
Bad roll for a crit.
Doesn't
Huh?
Krellick have adamantine armor?
Yes.
He does. So the crit is discounted.
Oh, yes.
The first die on there rolled a 1, so you take 4 points of piercing damage.
Nice, we get to add 3 to that.
Hooray!
Good call on that one.
I didn't even catch that it was a crit.
It was indeed.
And, Helda is going to be taking her 6. Now, the one beside Miri is going to be making its own needle volley. It is going to be attacking 2 targets. The nearest people to it are Miri and Rian.
I call shenanigans.
So, Miri first,
Oh, I think that's hers right on the dot. 1 second.
and a
Yeah.
19 against Rian.
Yeah, we both get hit. God damn it.
Alright, for Miri, she takes 7.
Jeez.
Rian, you're going to take 6. And that is now your turn, Rian.
Yeah, after this thing friggin' just slapped me with some nails, I'm gonna turn around and draw my longsword and my Dragon Slayer short sword and give him a little slap back. So, first up, come the longsword. Attack. Son of a bitch!
Yep.
Oh, wait a minute, D4.
Does it connect?
What? Okay, 1 sec. I don't think it's gonna matter.
Oh yeah, you have the 1d4.
Yep.
12?
Ah,
Not quite.
didn't think so. Okay, following up with the Dragon Slayer short sword. 16?
16. Yeah, definitely connects.
Sweet. And roll down.
And unfortunately, these are not dragons.
Yeah, I
But
didn't think so. But it seems smarter than using the silver. I didn't think silver would be anything special. Which I'm probably wrong.
Alright,
It'll
yeah.
turn out silver is like their bane or something like that.
so there is a sharp crunching sound, and you feel The blade first, it carves through the needle-like covering of this creature, that twiggy body, easily, and then you feel it sink into something more solid underneath. As you pull back the sword, you are again seeing that beneath all this needlework and this dry, brushy growth, that there is a humanoid, a dwarven body underneath that this thing is growing out of.
Okay, yep, and that's my turn.
Are you going anywhere?
Nah, unfortunately, I don't. Yeah, I'm just going to stay right there for right now to clear this out. I don't want to leave anybody exposed.
All right. Then, from the tunnel to the south and to your left now,
Oh, shit.
Slightly ahead of you, you see another sort of peeking around the corner. And it is going to, again, do a volley of these sort of needles extending out towards the party.
Jesus.
Yeah, this is going to be 4 of them. Tavini, you have half cover.
Oh, okay.
Everyone else is going to be taking a direct hit.
Miri.
Oh, man.
Miri.
As a 22 on Rian,
Son of a bitch.
a 22 on Miri,
What the hell?
a 20 on Helda, and against Tavini, a 14, and your AC is increased by 2 because you have partial cover.
Does not hit.
Does not hit. All right.
Nice. Well, good.
So against Rian, 6 points of piercing damage.
Yeah, of course.
Against Miri, 7 points of piercing damage.
Would you stop hurting my daughter? Jim,
Sorry.
Christmas.
And Helda, 7 points of piercing damage. And as you see these needles that are peppering the party from all directions, Helda's not looking so good. She catches, in that last volley, one directly under her collarbone on the right-hand side, and tries to swat it, tries to pull it out, but it is just embedded in there.
Oh, God. We're never going to be able to go to the dwarves again.
That is now going to be Miri's turn. What is she doing?
She is going to bite the shit out of this one right next to her.
All right.
Bite attack. Hey, 17.
It definitely hits.
Nice. Okay, here we go. Ah.
That's exceptionally bad.
That is ridiculous. Like 1 and a 2 on the damage.
Oof.
For 3 on a 1d6 plus 1d8. That's awesome.
Yeah. So Miri, with all of these, very slender, dry thorns poking out of her hide, a little bit of electricity crackling between her teeth, and she goes to bite at the one that is directly on top of her. But for the most part, all she gets is a mouthful of needles, and she yelps and starts scraping her muzzle on the floor, trying to dislodge them.
Ugh.
She going anywhere?
No, because I can't really move anywhere without incurring some attack of opportunity since this thing hasn't done anyone yet. So, no, she'll stay right there.
All right, Helda is going to pull back.
Yes.
But
Get the hell out of there.
Not before firing on the one that Krellick had attacked.
Good.
So she raises that crossbow and takes a shot.
Jeez.
God damn.
Rolls a 1. So as she's raising the crossbow, the thorn in her upper right shoulder, she's not able to raise it high enough, and her aim goes off, and it just pings off the stone, the marble flooring. And she, God damn it!
Not her
And
day.
tries again to raise that arm for another shot.
Nice.
This
Hey.
time manages to land a crossbow bolt into it.
There we go.
And the spiny form that is near you, Krellick, that you can see, the one that is most damaged with a seed pod underneath its rib cage with all these roots emerging from it, takes a crossbow bolt directly into the center of that pod, and it just immediately collapses into a heap. And she takes that opportunity to hightail it out of there, out of sight.
Atta girl. Get the hell out of there.
Nice.
That is going to be the end of her turn. Felgrin, what are you doing?
Blow something up, Felgrin.
So this, okay. So there's 2.
There's like 5.
There were 5. There are now
Okay,
4
'cause
of
I
them.
can't see the other ones.
Yeah, they're like hidden. One's like over here. One's like over here somewhere. And then one's over here. Yeah. And then one's up here.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, they're completely surrounding us. The one's like right next to me and Miri, then down in the southeast, then the northwest, then the southwest.
Well, I can see these two. So, he'll be twinning a Chaos Bolt.
Alrighty. Let him roll.
Get the juice The juice is loose. Right.
Nice.
Yeah, I said it. Okay, I'm gonna use my inspiration on that.
Nice.
Alrighty.
Okay, didn't matter.
Jeez. A 1 and a 3? Is that what those were?
Yep.
Alright. But what about the other one?
Here we go.
I should
Hachimachi
say,
butt.
which is this second bolt aimed at?
I guess I didn't say. I guess the one closest to me.
The one closest. Okay. So this one
Yeah.
here? Alrighty.
He's firing at all of them at once. Just split
That
the
19
damage.
that 19 definitely hits, so if you want to give me damage on that.
Nice,
And then
buddy.
tell us what type of damage we're rolling.
So, 1 and a 7, right?
Yep.
So acid and psychic.
Yeah, it's gonna be psychic.
Nice.
Alright, what does that look like as you unlaunch a psychic attack at the nearest of these needles spawn? These entities sort of looming over Miri and Rian.
I imagine it doesn't look like much. Maybe like a little wisp of smoke kind of just wriggles its way into whatever it has for an ear or an eye or a nose, you know, and then it just
Really, any orifice will do.
completely fucks with its head via, you know, whispers and chattering and...
Scan me.
Yeah. As you unleash your spell, you all are so used to seeing, you know, a light show from Felgrin,
Mm-hmm.
and though there is almost a heat shimmer in the air, there's no burst of color, but almost immediately you see underneath the sort of needle exterior of this creature almost expands briefly as if there were a small explosion underneath. And then it bursts apart with a clatter of needles that bounce harmlessly off of everything. And the head of this vague dwarven shape underneath this corpse is completely obliterated as it topples forward.
Hey, good job.
Felgrin just looked down at his nails.
Oh, yeah, crafty shit. Yeah.
Alright. Dreamer, it is now your turn.
Smug storm incoming.
Well, Helda's not looking great, so I'm going to give her 1 bomb of the summer court.
Just one bomb.
Man.
Alrighty.
So she gets
There you
that
go.
plus 1 temporary HP.
Nicely done.
That's my bonus action.
Attaboy.
So
Now get in here and give us some good berries.
I'm gonna
Wow.
step in here. Is Miri small enough that I can occupy the same space as her?
I would say that you could pass through her space, as you can with any other ally. I don't know that you could occupy the same space.
Okay,
Someone Tavini's size could.
gotcha. Can I see this one over here to the right? Because the way the light's bouncing off my character, it's not entirely clear.
Yeah, you can see it. It does have partial cover from you.
Okay. I'm going to cast Produce Flame and chuck it.
Attaboy. Light it on fire.
And that is a dexterity save.
It is an attack roll for
Ah.
me.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, this ain't no sacred flame.
23.
Yes, 23.
Yeah, give us that damage.
3.
Hey, I'll take it. Every bit helps.
Yeah, you being a druid and, just about anyone would expect plants to burn more readily when ignited. However, the corpses beneath this needle layer, all the needly bits that are poking out from them, almost seem to dampen the flames. So it doesn't do more damage, it does about as much as you would expect on a regular humanoid.
Okay.
So these are not vulnerable to fire.
Okay.
Oh, I'll take
It
that.
was worth knowing. I would have used fire if it was an option for Chaos Bolt.
Yep, exactly.
Yep.
I thought the same thing. When you told us it was like pods, I would have thought the same
Yep.
thing.
Yep. Worth the
Alright.
experiment.
Yep, exactly.
I should have 10 feet of movement left, so I'm going to step through Mary's space and put myself in front of her.
Oh, you're a good guy.
You're a good guy.
He is a good
See,
guy.
that one is dead. Tavini, it is now your turn.
I'm gonna oil you afterwards.
Ew.
Tin Man.
Gross.
What?
Get a room.
It doesn't have to be weird. It's only weird if you make
Get
it
a
weird.
room.
Just,
He's part-
just learn to love it. It's fine. Just
God.
shh. Close your eyes.
I mean,
Just close your-
Dorothy oiled the Tin Man and no one made it
Yeah,
weird.
you want to fucking
Exactly,
lather up
exactly.
Dreamer and baby
Yeah.
oil.
You didn't hear Scarecrow going, "Oh my God, look
No,
at her!
it would
look
be
at her
more
go."
like Lysol, because the
You
wood
have
bits.
such nice pecs, Dreamer.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm gonna varnish him.
Oh my god. Alright.
Varnish me, baby.
Oh,
I'm gonna stain you.
oh my god, dude. I don't want to live on this planet anymore.
Tavini, Dagny, it is your turn,
Yeah,
my lovely.
save us, please.
Tavini glances back to make sure that Helda is safely behind them, and then draws her shield and goes in to stand with Mary,
Nice.
kind of hoping to, protect her a bit.
Alrighty.
And then she's going to cast Sacred Flame towards the one that hit everyone before.
Yoga flame.
So
And it has to make a dex save now,
I
doesn't it?
believe it does. Let me bring up the thing.
You haven't had good luck.
I believe it can
Dexterity saving
die.
throw, so it has to beat...
DC
That's the DC.
13.
Haha!
Oof.
Yay!
An 8, no.
It failed.
No. Bah.
Max damage.
Radiant!
For 8 points.
Sorry.
Lovely.
Grabbing her holy symbol and then saying a prayer and pointing at the creature. And
And here within these dwarven halls, though this place has been abandoned by living dwarven folk, you can almost hear the god of the forge, almost hear him sort of working on his anvil, echoing briefly for a moment in this space. And a brilliant bolt of white radiant fire sort of passes between Dreamer and Rian and splashes across this needly form, which immediately starts batting at it, even though it leaves no trace behind aside from almost a crater.
It has passed without trace. Sorry, bad joke. Moving
That
on.
was bad.
Yep. Hey,
You should feel bad.
they can't all be good. Yep. I do.
Anything else for you, Tavini?
no, she's just got her shield out and is kind of standing protectively next to Mary.
Alrighty. Krellick, what have you got for us?
I'm gonna move up to the one that's way off to the side.
15, 20, only 20 feet to get up there. Boop.
Alrighty.
Swing away. Try to take him
Swing
out.
away, George.
Was that his name? I always get that mixed up. Was that from Signs?
Yeah.
Okay, his name's George. I always get that. I can never remember his name. Woo! Krellick can't
I don't
miss.
think I have to tell you that hits.
Yeah, buddy. Min damage.
Alright,
Hey,
for
we'll take
5 points of damage, and then if you want to give us that delightful shield bash.
Absolutely.
it. There it is.
Yeah, 21.
Hey, not bad.
Alright, though this creature is still standing, your 2 blows, this first hammer strike and then the shield bash, roll me a athletics check,
Ooh.
as it's kind of standing on these stairs here. 6. Alright. Your bash,
Testing.
it sort of stumbles on the stairs that are behind it and falls prone on them.
Nice.
So
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it'll be harder to hit it from range, but anyone running up there will have advantage on that.
That is awesome.
And that is now going to be the one poking out of the tunnel to the southwest of you. From its covered position, it has line of sight on Krellick, Felgrin, partial cover for Tavini, and
Is
our
that going through
last
that
Miri.
pillar? That line looked pretty close to right through that pillar. Not that one. That one definitely went through, but the Tavini looked like it was hitting pillar, but I'll let you decide.
I'd say, alright, partial cover.
I'll get hit. I'll get hit. I was definitely
you're taking, depending on how many it rolls for its volley.
I'll take it all. Okay, I'm gonna stop. I'm done for tonight.
So it's gonna make 4 attacks. This first one is going to be against Krellick as a 15 to hit. The second one,
Wow, she's gonna smack me with like a 37.
coming forward a little,
There you go.
making an attack against Felgrin for 16.
Ooh.
21 on Tavini,
Oh.
and against Miri, an 11.
Okay, doesn't hit Miri.
So, Felgrin, you take 4 points of piercing damage as one of these needles embeds itself in your gut.
Okay.
In your belly.
And Tavini, one of them clips your shield and starts to ping off as if, it's gonna scatter away somewhere else. But instead it grazes your cheek and leaves you with a sharp line under your eye there for 5 points.
Goddamn porcupine monsters.
That's gonna be a
It's
nice
going
scar.
to duck
Yep.
out of sight again.
Dudes dig scars, don't worry.
The one that
that's
is
how it goes,
near
right?
you, Krellick, is going to stand back up and is going to
Run away and die.
make a volley of its own.
Damn, how many times these things can do this shit?
They scary.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Only one. So the one is going to be on Krellick because he is the greatest threat here.
I would say if it would have hit someone else, I would have got an attack of opportunity.
Oh, because of Sentinel. So now you got Sentinel. Nice.
10.
Is that one for ranged? No, hell
right
no,
next
don't
to
hit
him.
him.
Yeah, so long as you're within range, but 10 does not connect with Krellick. And this thing is going to try and shuffle up the stairs away from you.
Because they moved away, does he get a smacky smack?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he gets a smacky smack.
Hells yeah, and we all know what's gonna happen because Krellick can't miss.
You're gonna jinx me.
No, I'm not gonna. Watch this. Bam.
25. Yeah, that is definitely enough. This thing, as it is partially up the steps away from you, you kind of catch it with your warhammer on its legs, manage to strike off enough that it actually falls prone in front of you again, and you follow up and cave its chest in where you know that seed pod is with your hammer.
Nice. Womp bump stomp 'em.
Where you going?
Whomp 'em, stomp 'em.
Yep, I love it.
Alrighty. Tavini, I am reminded I'm gonna need a concentration check for Bless.
Oh, yeah. And that's... Oh, it doesn't have it in the thing, so roll /1.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be a DC 10 con.
Okay, yeah.
6.
Oof.
Unfortunately, Bless drops.
Yep, everyone's
No,
blessed is
no
gone.
blessy for me.
No bless.
Right when I could have absolutely used it. Nah, it's okay.
You don't
It's okay.
need it,
I got
but
We'll see.
you got
I
this.
haven't
That
been
is
as
going
lucky
to
as
be-
Okay, I got this. Okay, Rian stepping forward to try to put himself between Miri and this other creature here is going to then reach in deep within himself.
Touch
And
faith.
he's gonna try to, reach in and touch Faith. He's gonna try to witch bolt this asshole.
Alright.
Yep, man, kaboom!
Yeah, 23
yeah,
connects.
buddy. Okay, so let's roll some damage. And
Roll some damage and
Whoa!
it should
Why
just
did
be it rolls twice for the continuation of it.
Oh, for the next
but
one.
we're just
Okay,
taking
so
the first one, so the 11.
which is still 11. I'll take that.
It actually kills this creature, so if you want to describe what that looks like.
Oh, nice. So yeah, like after he sees Miri get hit, he charges forward, and then same thing. He feels that like burning in his chest, and that spiral of lightning starts from his chest and starts spiraling its way down his hand again. And he just reaches out and almost like one-handed Kamehameha thing. He just like fires out this big lightning bolt and shouts out "Shakraus Yilg!" and it just blasts this thing as it just explodes and all the bits of needles just spray backwards.
Yeah, as this lightning strike sort of crashes through the space, this structure has this oppressive sort of damp plant vegetation smell to it, a little bit of a corpsey whiff, and now there's also a hint of ozone in the air.
Nice.
And there is an after image in all of your eyes of this lightning bolt arcing through the semi-darkness. So you're kind of left, not quite with a mop situation, but when you blink, you still see the shape of the lightning bolt.
Mop. I love it.
Alright. And that would be its turn, but it is dead. It is now Miri.
I'm gonna have... I think Rian yells at her, and he's like, Barry, get back! And
On it!
so she's just gonna take a couple steps back, like into the doorway. Not like super far back, but just enough that so she can get some angles so, shit isn't... little spikes aren't flying at her.
Alrighty. And as she does that, Helda is kind of recovered her breath some, is going to slide past, and still bloodied. She has, in the time that she was out of sight, removed the needle from her shoulder. She is leveling that crossbow at that open doorway, and she is going to ready an action to fire when that thing appears. That is now Felgren's turn.
Jeez, where even is...
And Dreamer, you are going to be
where even is
next.
the last one?
I think it's over here.
Just chilling over there?
It's like it ducked back into that. It came out to fire off its needles and then ducked back into the hallway.
Yep. There's a very narrow entrance down there, and there is some rough terrain from the rocks that fell here in front of you, but still passable.
So 10, 20, yeah, no problem if you wanted to move up there. But that's up to you. I can understand not wanting to put yourself... get after it, buddy.
Yeah. And you are able to see it. It's about 35 feet away from you at the top of what appears to be some stairs descending downward to the west.
This fight is like so much different than any of the other ones, because all the other ones we could always see like everything that was going on, and like each person's got their own vantage point, and like there's so much shit I can't see.
What you got, lad? Magic missile.
Yeah.
All right.
Cast at
Pop
12th
some of those
level.
off. So that is 2.
Yeah.
That is 4 for 6, and that is
5.
5. So 11 points. So from what I remember, your magic missiles have a sort of purple hue to
like
them. So as they
colored.
sort of fly off away from you, in the dim light, they illuminate the stony ground beneath your feet. These 3 pinpoints of light that impact, boom, 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 one at a time. And there's a brief flash of violet light from that hallway. The creature is still upright, but badly wounded.
Not for long.
And that is now, I think, Dreamer's turn.
Alright, I'm making my way downtown.
Walking fast.
It's almost dead! He says, frustrated.
Can I press myself up against this wall?
Yeah, I'd say you have partial cover there.
Okay. And that is 30 feet. And that is within Thorn Whip range.
Oh, whip it good.
Oh, you're gonna pull it out into the open. All right.
Damn straight.
Maybe.
Bring it to the light.
Nope. That's a
Plus
10.
10
D4.
does not connect, yeah.
Oh no, no
Oh.
bless.
I'm not blessed.
Yeah, no, bless.
Yeah, no bless. No blessy for
So-
us no more.
No more.
There is this
Oh, that's not
crack,
good.
and as the Thorn Whip strikes the stonework of this narrow entrance instead, there's a puff of stone dust, and there's now, the wall is chipped, but that is about the extent of it.
Dreamer yells, "Y'all, get back!"
Any bonus action?
Not that one that I want to spend.
Alright. That is now Tavini's turn. Let's see, these spaces here are not difficult terrain, but anything within this green square is.
She only has 25 feet of movement, so it's not like she can go anywhere.
She could be in front of Felgren if she wanted to risk that.
She's going for it.
I know.
She's like,
Oh yeah, get after it.
ching, 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 ching. Going down here, and it was just...
Running like a little ninja.
You can just hear the ching, 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 ching of the chainmail, and then...
She's skitters.
And you can partially see it if you can reach the square one to your south, and you would have direct line of sight on it. There you go.
Oh boy. She reaches up,
Yeah.
pulls the fire from her holy symbol, and yeet!
She eats it.
11 dexterity
Yay.
save.
Not enough.
Not
Nice.
enough. So again, and Falcon and Dreamer, you can both feel this. Tavini holds that holy symbol forward, and the air around her grows warmer. And you almost hear, as if echoing from deep within the halls out of sight, the clang of a hammer striking an anvil. And at that same moment, as that sound occurs, a bolt of radiant energy flies into that hallway and splashes across this thing's chest. And though it remains standing, it is struggling to hold itself upright, and you can see the seed pod now pulsating under the rib cage of this dwarf.
And she's just gonna hold her shield up like,
Don't hurt me.
Try to hide behind it. Krellick, that is now your turn.
How far is it to the doorway?
20
feet.
to the doorway, and then
another 5 feet to within 5 feet of the creature, so you can reach it.
Did that.
Sparta, kick it down the
Put it on, go
stairs.
straight in.
Boom. I mean, that could be cool. Sparta kick him down the stairs.
If you want to Sparta kick him down the stairs, I will have it take fall damage for the stairs.
This is Icewind.
I'm doing it.
This-
Nice.
Yeah, you're looking at about a 15-foot stairway, so it'll take a d6.
There's
So give me
Krellick.
an athletics check.
22.
Okay.
All right. As you go to boot this
Ooh.
thing down the stairs, it is
Ooh.
surprisingly nimble, and sidesteps, throws itself into the railing. However, you do still have your follow-up shield strike.
Ah!
Yeah, I was gonna say you still got that.
Ah, tweet my back.
11 does not do it. So as you are not quite doubled over in pain, but about 3/4 in pain, you go to take a swipe with your shield, and it's a very awkward movement. And again, this thing just sort of pushes your shield aside,
Oh, Krellick.
and you are in point blank range as this thing unleashes a volley
He's
of
gonna
needles.
block the needles, alright!
One of them at you, and then Tavini being sort of dead center there. One of them at you.
Well, since it's attacking someone else.
Oh yeah,
on
you
their
definitely
range,
get one, but first you are
sense
going
in
to
it.
take 7 points of
Hurry.
piercing damage.
I'm fine with that.
It is going to crit on Tavini.
Ooh, shit.
Do you have adamantine armor?
No.
She does not.
That's... Oh,
For 6 points of piercing
so
damage,
She has
and
a
then
hammer.
you get your attack of opportunity.
Okay. Let's smack him.
Yeah.
God damn it!
11 does not
I told
hit.
you, you're gonna jinx me.
It's not my fault. It was gonna happen
Everything's
anyways.
fucking
That's not how
Dane's
things
fault.
work.
Yo, it's totally how it works.
Steal your luck for myself.
All right, and that is the end of its turn. Rian, it is now yours.
Okie dokie. I am gonna.
Unfortunately, this creature did not move back within sight, so Helda's held action just doesn't go off.
Oh shit.
Blue.
Okay. 5, 10, 15. Ah shit. I was gonna try to lightning whip him, but that's not gonna fly. Fuck it. I'm gonna give him. You know what? I'm gonna put my swords away. Or one. Oh shit. Can I do that? I can't. I can only put 2 weapons away. Gosh, bless it. I can't put both swords away and pull my crossbow.
Yep, you could drop
Drop
your weapons if
them.
you want.
Okay. He drops. Well, he gently puts away his Dragon Slayer longsword and then fires.
All right.
Miss. Man, this thing is like 3 stooging its way out of here. Like,
Yeah.
just accidentally dodging everything.
I dropped my longsword for nothing.
You know what? He is Mr. Beaning his way out of here.
Oh, wow. How did I get a +2, +1, +2?
It should have been your dex +2. It should have been plus 4, not +3. you rolled. I don't know where the +1s came from.
Aha. I figured it out. Yep. You're Gucci. So it's a 13 that connects.
Oh,
and
I would
I
have
fixed
hit?
it. Don't. Yeah.
Oh, shit,
13,
okay.
13 is right on the money.
Well, I ain't gonna lie and be upset about that. I'm gonna lie.
All right. Rian, how does this thing die?
Yep, I think he flips the dragon short sword, slaps it in its case, chucks the long sword, and pulls off the crossbow from his back, and just eagle eyes it, and lines up the shot, and fires one right at that pod cluster right in its chest, and fires straight through it.
Yeah, the bolt, Krellick, goes slamming past you into the center of this creature, passes through, and continues striking the far wall above the stairs as this thing, almost as if by delayed boot to the chest, topples over backwards down the stairs.
Yay!
And there's this loud crunching, splatting clatter of just the thump, 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 as it's just tumbling end over end down 15 feet of stairs.
Rian holds up his crossbow and blows on it.
No.
Each thump that makes, Krellick's just nodding his head.
He's like,
That's what he wanted to hear.
Goes faster as it goes those last couple where it's like tink 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 like
It was worth it.
That is the end of combat. As it comes to a close, Helda, who has had her crossbow ready for when that thing reemerged from the tunnel,
shoots at Rian instead.
she lowers it, only part way, kind of keeping it ready to snap to the shoulder, and looks around. You don't see any others, do you?
No.
Well,
Not at the moment, but
there is an entire downstairs. So, there's probably lots more.
The hell were those?
it's a very good question. I thought we said there was undead up in here.
Bush people?
Aye, there were.
Or Thorn people?
Oh, it's not like my folk have been in here for many a year.
Well, one of them was definitely a dwarf. At least, or
Aye.
was.
Aye, the one I blasted back there was definitely a dwarf as well.
And she approaches the body sort of half buried under rubble in the center of the floor where Krellick had tripped a tripwire. Starts moving rubble aside to get a better look at what lies underneath. What are the rest of you doing?
I think Rian is keeping his eye on this this entryway over here and calling for Miri.
You hear the scrabble of small draconic talons on stone as she comes racing over. Felgrin, Rian, and Miri, give me a perception check. See if you spot anything down that hallway. And Dreamer, you give me the same for the other direction.
Do it better than I will,
Like
Dreamer.
Krellick's just watching the stairway.
Fuck.
20 from Dreamer.
I'm so bad at those.
Alrighty.
I'm not much better.
So, Rian and Felgrin with a 11 and a 5.
Looks like a hallway.
Staring into the darkness. It's a hallway.
It's a very nice hallway.
Nice
Even
architecture.
Miri, she seems distracted as she is with her teeth, having a very awkward time trying to pull needles out of herself, especially on her back, towards the base of the tail. It seems a hard place for her to reach, even if she's twisting about. Rian, can you,
Oh, of course, baby. Come here 1 second. And yeah, he'll come over and help, reach down. He's like, oh, they did a number on you, sweetie. Oh, jeez. And he's like, plucks my eyes, like, oh, this one's gonna hurt. This one's gonna hurt.
Krellick, give me a perception check for the top of the stairway there, and in the meantime, Dreamer. As you are gazing eastward, you have a hard time seeing in the dark, but at the very edges of Tavini's lantern light, you're getting a sense of space beyond. And with that high perception check, you didn't roll a natural 20, but you did roll a dirty one. There is a sense of coldness from that direction that has nothing to do with temperature. And it is a little unnerving. You almost feel like the darkness is staring back at you.
Has it been 8 hours since the top of the mountain?
I would imagine so.
It's been about
I
8
don't know.
hours.
Okay, I was gonna say.
Because I cast dark vision on myself when we were up there. So I was
Alright,
wondering
then I
if
would-
we're
that's
still...
then I would say-
right before you summited.
You're probably on the tail end of your dark vision. So,
Okay.
to expand on that, there is heavy darkness in that direction, but what you are able to see past the lantern light is what appears to be a forge. There's definitely a smelter of some kind. You're seeing, maybe there's 2 wagons there off to the left. Very definitely an anvil. And signs of a workshop that way. Along with that pervasive sense of dread. Krellick, to the west there, down those stairs, you're catching signs of there being a mine entrance down that way. There's a bit of a cold draft from an open door at the bottom of the stairs, past the body of the creature that had fallen. There's also a door near you, Tavini, that is closed.
Too many doors.
Eh? Me and Grin have a hallway.
It's very well made.
Yes, it's very good.
Before she goes opening any doors, Tavini has been spending the last few minutes doing a prayer of healing. She's getting ready to cast it, because it takes 10 minutes to cast it.
Nice.
So she's
Alright.
just uttering a prayer, summoning up the strength to heal 6 people in a burst.
We should be just about everybody.
Nice.
It is
Dreamer
everybody.
Don't need no healing.
Because Dreamer wasn't hit by any of the spikes, but everyone else was, so it's like, this is the perfect time for it.
Here
Yeah,
we
Dreamer,
go.
way to take one for the
Give
team.
us that healing. You're the man.
Thumbs
Yeah,
up.
Thanks, Dreamer, for not getting hurt in any way, shape, or form.
Hey!
What a
Dreamer
jerk.
stood in front
We
of Miri.
appreciate it. No, he did. I'm kidding. I was just joking. Like, no, Dreamer's the man. As far I was totally joking. Dreamer is the shit. I appreciate the hell out of that.
Well, I don't.
You
He
don't
didn't stand in front of me. No, to protect the child, I guess. Whatever.
All right. So, what are you
Okay.
all doing? What is the discussion here as Tavini is preparing this spell to heal everyone, kind of staying close?
Dreamer's going to cast Produce Flame, but not throw it, so he's just going to hold the flame in his hands.
All right.
And his body language looks like he wants to step forward, but he keeps, like, stepping back.
Yeah, like that. Like when you're trying to go through a and like a revolving door, but you're not sure. Like you're just like, oh wait, oh no, wait, oh okay, no, oh wait a minute, okay, come here, no, okay.
Yep, pretty much.
I like it. But like, do you have to use the restroom, Dreamy?
It looks like a forge.
A forge in a dwarven keep. Shocking.
But there's something else.
Elaborate?
I feel wrong looking this way.
I feel like you are also wrong sometimes.
A
Oh, stop
different
it.
kind of wrong.
Felgrina will
Why?
approach.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh, look.
What?
Tavini is definitely interested, but she's there focusing on the
Well,
spell.
what do you mean wrong? You mean bad or
Yeah. Bad.
Hmm.
Terrified.
Oy. Well, that seems like that'd be the place we're probably meant to go
didn't
then.
know he could feel that.
Yeah, I didn't know he felt. Like, I didn't know that was a thing. Actually, didn't we established that he feels pain, right? I think we did that.
Are you guys
Dreamer
whispering
will-
this out loud?
Loudly.
Yes, I would say that's why we're right next to each other.
Loudly
Yeah.
whispering it. Yeah,
Rian's trying to
in
be
like
quiet.
probably what I imagine is the most echoey room imaginable.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Does he
now
feel
that you
feelings?
say that,
Feelings?
this room doesn't really have much of an echo.
Oh.
There is
Ooh.
faintly, just the barest hint of one, but the air in here is much warmer than you could have expected it to be. It almost feels damp and oppressive, almost like it is stifling sound.
Huh.
Damn the man, fight the power.
Does
And
Felgren get any of that wrongness when looking down that hallway?
Roll me a perception check.
So bad at these.
I would say all of you that are looking that way, roll me perception.
I can do that.
Yay! 15. Hooray!
Yeah.
17.
I'd say Krellick and Tavini if you want to do the same.
Can she do that while she's concentrating on
Yeah.
casting a spell?
Oh yeah, no, you're concentrating on a spell. Thank you for calling that out.
Krellick sees a bit of turkey stuck in his beard.
So Krellick, you're actually a little more distracted by the door near you. It is this very solid, oaken door that has a lot of scratch marks in it. And dwarves normally, they are very much about craftsmanship, very much about polish, and this has signs of that. But more recently, it almost looks like something has been tearing up the surface of that door. And you kind of know now why or what may have done that after you fought a
So
couple
they were trying
of
to
them.
get in?
So they couldn't get in.
Now, for the rest of you, I should say Felgren and Rian, as you're staring off to the east, you also feel this very pervasive sense of dread or something wrong. Something gazing back at you beyond the light of Dreamer's flame and beyond even your own dark vision.
Yeah. That seems like where we're meant to go. If we're to clear this place, because whichever's haunting this place, whichever's keeping the evil here, it's down that way.
And from behind, you hear this very heavy cracking sound.
Oh,
It's a little startling
God!
after
Yes.
the quiet. And
Jesus!
Helda looks up from where she has kind of like pulled a large stone to one side and just kind of let it fall to the floor off this corpse. Oh, sorry for that.
God.
My God.
Felgren just grips Reed's shoulder. Like, keep himself up. Holds his
And
heart.
you can see
Oh,
I'm coming, Isabel.
she is exposed beneath all this stonework that had fallen from the ceiling. What appears to be a desiccated dwarven corpse that, as she turns it over, most of the moisture, it almost looks as been sapped from it. And there is a seed pod there in the center of the gut, almost pushed up under the ribcage some. And those of you who are close enough can see it almost squirming a little. And there are small tendrils of roots emerging
ew.
from its surface and flailing about, not enough to animate this corpse, but certainly in the process of developing into one of these creatures. And she her hands recoil from it as she sees this and takes a couple steps back. Well, that's freaky.
Mm-hmm.
I think if she's not doing anything with it, I was gonna say I think Rian's gonna walk up, pull out his short sword, and just shank it through the pod.
It offers no resistance. Your blade cuts right into it, and the fleshy pod pulsates once, twice, almost like the beating of a natural heart, and then falls still, and all those little flagella-like roots also fall still.
Huh. So, this isn't necromancy in any way I've seen it. This is something different.
Botany?
This is like, it's like the plants are taking over the people like parasites or something.
Is there anything that does that?
I mean, if there's something I could roll a nature check or an arcana check, but yeah, even Dane has never heard of this, so...
Is there anything in his background in the Feywild that may shed light on?
Yeah, Felgrin, I would say roll me a Arcana with advantage. Dreamer, I would say roll the same. Rian, regular
I
Arcana.
critted.
Oh, nice.
22.
I got an 18.
We
Alrighty.
both nailed that one.
Rian.
Rian, nope.
It's like an artichoke heart.
Even Helda, she's looking at you in confusion. It's obvious she doesn't know what an artichoke is. Right, I don't know what you're speaking of, and even that sounds wrong.
It might have been a draconic. I do that sometimes.
Artichoke.
It's artichoke heart. Your artichoke.
Okay.
Felgrin and Dreamer. Dreamer, you would know this through your connections to nature, your training as a druid, and Felgrin. You would not have had any more direct experience with this than Dreamer, but your mother, being who and what she is, certainly vaguely familiar with some of the darker sides of magic in the Feywild, and especially natural entities. And though you're not quite able to recall the source of these creatures, what they might be originating from, you identify them as needle spawn. As you were guessing, a parasitic entity, these seed pods laid across a forest to await the arrival of humanoid corpses to possess. So it is very much a sort of zombification, but in a much different way than you're otherwise familiar with. You would both be aware that there's supposed to be some much stronger entity actually deliberately going out into the wilds, or in this case, into the halls to plant those seeds. But what it could be does not come to mind.
Gross.
I think they both just kind of hum at the same time.
Yeah. What type of hum is that?
Heard of these before.
I think Krellick's gonna start tinkering with that door.
Something.
Oh, you're just gonna go for it?
What do you guys think about opening this thing?
Too late, go.
Alright, Krellick, as your hand rests on the handle and starts to turn, it's locked.
It hasn't been 10 minutes, by the way.
Nothing happens. And Tavini, yes, it has been 10 minutes if you want to cast that prayer of healing.
Because she's starting to get worried about all this talk about
everybody's
artichokes
dead.
and dark, horrifying, scary forges and...
Don't worry, artichokes are just as scared of you as you are of it.
Helda reaches over and kind of shoves you a little.
So she releases the prayer, seeing that everyone's close by, and there's a wave of warmth that washes over everyone. So Rian, Helda, Mary, Krellick, Felgrin, and Tavini each get 2d8 healing.
Oh, nice.
Whammo!
19.
Oh,
Hell
max
yeah.
Healing.
maxed
Max heal. Holy donkey butt.
That was like 15 more than I needed.
Holy ass.
Holy crap. Great.
Holy crap!
That's great. 30. Yeah, that's max for. That's max for.
Not quite
yeah.
for Miri. She's just about there.
It's a juicy prayer.
Okay, and Krellick, boy, you got yourself full health too.
Go on, bot.
So, Tavini, you have felt your connection to Moradin, the dwarven god of creation in the Forge, very strongly since entering this hall. Whatever pervasive evil infects this place is not enough to suppress his own warmth and his presence. And while the others are exploring this room and gazing down these hallways, and there's this sense of evil encroaching at the edges of your light, it doesn't touch the core of the group. the light of your own lantern, this gift that you made in Moradin's name, keeps it at bay. And as you complete your prayer, everyone is suffused with a flood of warmth that's almost uncomfortable, like you've just walked briefly in front of an open forge. And again, there is that distant clanging of a hammer striking an anvil. Not heard, and yet heard.
Rian, puts his finger in his ear, wiggles it a second. He's like, did we hear that?
What?
Tavini, you're getting amazing at that.
She's doing...
Should go clear the father's forge.
I am feeling it.
This is his realm, and something is not supposed to be here.
Does this door feel like maybe it will give?
The handle is of good dwarven make, and the door is pretty solid. But if you'd like to try, are you talking about do you want to try and kick it open? Are you doing a shoulder? Are you gonna attack it? You gonna try and pick it?
Yeah.
What is
metagame style? It seems like there's somebody in there. Why were they trying to get into that room if not after a person? That's the only thing I'm thinking of.
I think Krellick will try to swing at it.
Swing at it? Alright. So give me an attack roll against the door.
That's a bad door.
I mean, doors have AC.
Yes. Yes, they do.
13. Your hammer strikes this door of good, solid dwarven make, and bounces off it, leaving nary a dent.
Did you have fun?
If you'd like, you could spend the next 10 minutes or so battering it, trying to break it open.
Hey, we can come back.
You wanting to draw every needle spawn here?
Oh.
That was a little
You're right by the entrance.
loud.
If they come, run.
It's not the
As
point.
you're all standing there, and
Oh.
the space is quiet. Eerily quiet.
Oh, good.
There is no sound of approach.
That wasn't going to do it anyways. We already made enough noise,
Let's
rattling the rest of them. But yeah, let's press on.
Alright, what is the marching order here?
Let's let Felgrin go first. He's off.
Oh, I'm good.
So it's just gonna chuckle and walk up.
That's a very
Rian's
kind
got both his swords
offer.
Just looking up
I
for
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Do that at the front of the line.
Helda kind of moves up beside you, Krellick, and still keeping that crossbow ready. She doesn't have it fully cocked to fire, but it's just kind of almost like a rifleman, walking with it ready to snap to the shoulder as needed.
Felgrin,
What?
push me.
What do you push you?
He's too
Dreamer
afraid to
is
go.
still hesitating.
Felgrin would
So,
literally walk into his back. Dreamer, please. He just puts
Opens
both
the
of his
door.
hands on your back and just shoves.
Okay,
Go!
little resistance.
Forward!
But he moves.
God, it's heavy. What are you made
You
of?
can hear, those of you who are trying to be quiet in the front, hear the grinding of Dreamer's feet on stone as Felgrin is pushing him
I think
along.
at this point, Felgrin's back is against his back, and he's digging his heels into the ground to get him to move forward.
Yeah. It's that Men in Black scene. The fucking moving the table.
And Miri has paused behind you a bit, Rian, and has turned to watch this. That small head of hers and those bright eyes, the only thing that are moving as Dreamer and Felgrin go past her.
He's having some sort of malfunction.
Tavini's just taking a moment to look over the door, commit it to memory so that she can draw it while they're moving.
Alright. It is a plain oaken door, but the lintel surrounding it, ornate. Nothing that really jumps out at you is, this door is significant. but certainly, dwarves love to decorate their stonework.
Yeah.
And this being in the center hall, there's very much that, we need to show off a little.
She's just taking particular interest in the lock and wondering if she can later on dig it out with her tools. So she's going to draw it, and once she's done drawing it, she'll put it away for a come back to it later thing.
Give me an investigation check to see just sort of how quickly you can, explore this lock as the others are moving on.
You got time.
A
Bam.
20. You're a smart lass, and yeah, you're able to quickly jot down the exterior of it. You'd really have to kind of go in with your tools to probe it otherwise, but yeah, you have as much information as you can acquire at this time of just the outside of the lock.
And then she hurries to catch up, just going, shing, 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 shing.
Chicka, chicka, chicka.
So, Helda presses herself up against the wall and lifting that crossbow kind of peeks out and checks that the room to the south is clear before stepping out into the open here. And Krellick and Leon, yourselves being in the front, within the range of your dark vision, immediately across from you, straight out the hallway, you can see the anvil that Dreamer had seen. You can see a bellows and a forge and what looks like a work table over there with tools on it. There are a pair of wagons immediately to your left. But more intriguingly, your eyes feel almost as if they're being forced southward. And you see a very large black stone of semi-shiny material that gives off this pervasive sense of cold. And then a little bit more to the east there is a pile of black fragments just kind of heaped together or discarded.
Yeah, I think Rian would just be drawn to that thing. Like, what is this? Is this the Chardolin that they talked about?
Helda, she's been staring at this big chunk with very unnerved expression, and she just nods without looking at you. That would be it.
There's a quiet little thunk as Tavini bumps into Felgren.
Oh,
Ow!
please help me.
Right, yes.
And she tucks away her...
He's not
book.
working
Helps.
anymore. He just...
Dreamer at this point will turn around. It's like, you can stop pushing now. He's just standing upright.
He just gives you the most sour look and steps around you.
Mary comes creeping forward and kind of pokes her head into this room. Is it safe?
What
Hey,
in the
it seems that way. Come on in,
9
sweetie.
hells is that?
This is the Chardolin.
This is what we're hoping, Ruby can take care of.
That isn't Chardolin, is it?
Why it is? I must have found some maybe making into weapons. It's probably why, Necromancer first able to take over here.
Huh.
Maybe it got him too.
I was expecting something smaller. More bite-sized,
It
I
makes
guess.
sense. Like shard. Yeah, when you think shard. I don't think it's spelled that way, though. We haven't seen it written out yet.
True.
Looking at it, it almost has this obsidian-like quality, where it has this vague shininess to it, and where it has been chipped away, the edges are incredibly sharp, almost an invisible edge, razor thin. You get the impression that weapons made from this are probably very potent as far as sharpness is concerned.
Well, whatever you do, don't touch it.
Like, Rian's already got his hand out and he, snaps it back real fast.
He just
It's like, yeah,
looks at
no,
you
that's
with
right.
wide
Don't
eyes,
touch it.
disbelieving.
Yeah.